Happy 2019 to our subscribers and those here for the first time. Welcome to Mtoto News Insight, where we bring you news and information about children as it comes to our desk. I am Anne Homboy. The family of a female teenager who was raped and her private parts destroyed is now asking the police and other law enforcement to fast-track the investigation and to ensure that the perpetrators are brought to book. The survivor of the attack is still receiving treatment at the Nairobi Women's Hospital. Dennis Njoroge with more.
8 people have been arrested in connection with raping and mutilating the private part of the 13-year-old girl in Homa Bay County. Homa Bay County Police Commander Maria Stum said that the suspects were arrested at Shauri Yako Estate and are being interrogated at Homa Bay Police Station in connection with the attack.
There is definite evidence that somebody used a sharp object to cut her after or before the defilement on her genitals. Had been done in Homa Bay Level 5 Hospital, but has given way. So we need to clean up the area and make sure it has no infection before we go in for reconstruction.
The Class 8 was defiled by a gang of men in her mother's residential compound while she was going to take a shower. The girl was admitted at the Homa Bay County Referral Hospital, but due to some complication, she was transferred to Nairobi through the initiative of the State Department of Gender and Social Services and the Office of Homa Bay Women Rep. Gladys Wanga.
Most of the cases are children. 45% of them are usually children and 54% are women. Then the rest are boys and men.
Women leaders are demanding the swift prosecution of the suspect accused of defiling the girl. The Cabinet Administrative Secretary for Gender, Rachel Shebesh, led the call as she led a visit by female legislators at the Nairobi Women's Hospital.
The same level of enthusiasm we are seeing in this country as far as corruption now is concerned is the same level of enthusiasm we must see as far as sexual and gender-based violence is concerned. And as members of parliament, this is our front.
And law enforcers, Bwana Matiang'i, tunajua sisi hatuwezi kushika mtu, lazima ni askari wako, maofisa wako wataweza kufanya kazi kama hilo.
We must work together as a government. We are frustrated at the slow pace of arrests, for example. 7 days, you cannot tell me you cannot have found in a village, in an area where, I mean, it's not rocket science. You know, if you can find Al-Shabaab, you can find who violated mercy. I'm 100% sure. I'm sure you can. One of our biggest disappointments is that every police station is supposed to have a gender desk.
For Mtoto News, I'm Dennis Njoroge.
A teenage bride rescued from a forced marriage in Eastleigh 3 weeks ago is in safe custody by the Department of Children's Services, as reports from children practitioners allege that she has been enrolled in a secondary school. The 15-year-old girl who was rescued from a forced marriage on December 23, 2018, is now said to be enrolled in a secondary school and safe from her chosen suitor. The case, taken up by the Department of Children's Services, has been presented before court where 2 women who arranged the marriage were charged, although denying the charges against them. The teen was rescued in Eastleigh led by activist Fatuma and was reported to have been ferried from Mandera and destined to meet the husband in Nakuru.
Nikauliza uko wapi, akaniambia niko Tasia, I'm going to Salu, naelekewa Salu ni Eastleigh 12th Street, ndio nipakwe hina na makeup ndio niende kwa nyumba yangu. Nikamuuliza, are you ready to get married? Akaniambia mimi siko tayari kuoleka. So unatakaje? Akaniambia nimkujie.
As reported by Citizen TV, the victim had scored 313 marks in last year's KCPE and hopeful to continue with her education, although the Nika ceremony had taken place as planned by her parents. Police from Pangani Station arrested her sisters, who intended to transport her to Nakuru, and recorded statements. With her location still anonymous and for her safety, parents are being urged to keep their girls in schools and support them through education and future dreams. January 2019 has not been an easy month for most parents and for students joining Form 1 and those engaged under the new curriculum. There is mixed reaction if the new rolled out curriculum is tight enough for students in primary school, where the new syllabus books seem questionable with the mistakes that could be edited out. The new curriculum has raised eyebrows from Kenyans asking, is the government well prepared for the smooth transition of the new curriculum? On the other hand, parents are worried with the ongoing registration of Form 1 students in their respective schools, as the number of students expected in schools are extra. The question tending to linger at Kenyans is, the facilities enough for all students to settle in smoothly. Now, with the admission of Form 1 students to various secondary schools extended to the 19th of January 2019, a lot has been happening since the opening date of the schools in the country. There has been ghosted schools, mushrooming of students and reporting in schools, and sadly, suicidal incident by a mother in Kitui. Cherish Etale reports.
Secondary schools are grappling with congestion as the government implements the 100% transition policy. A recent survey by the Sunday Nation has established that most principals have converted dispensaries, laboratories, libraries, and disused buildings into classrooms and dormitories to cope with the huge number of students.
Right, all our children should move to Form 1, and yes, there are going to be challenges, right? Infrastructure will be stretched to the limit, and that's why we have the grants for infrastructure that we have at the Ministry of Education, thanks to the decision by government and the policy by His Excellency the President that we have 100% transition. We have a requirement in our constitution that every child has a right to education, right? And we want to make sure that we actually comply, with the tenets of our own constitution. So we're going to do that, and we'll continue improving infrastructure as we go along, to make sure that the environment for learning in our schools is conducive, right, for our students.
And in Kitui County, a 37-year-old mother has committed suicide after failing to raise school fees to take her daughter to Form 1 after she scored 396 marks in last year's KCPE exams. According to preliminary investigations by the police, the daughter had threatened to commit suicide after realizing that she might not be joining her school of choice.
Hospital morgue.
That the hospital has received the body. We will have our pathologist do a postmortem as required by law.
From Mtoto News, my name is Cherish Etale.
That report brings us to the end of this week's news bulletin. For more news and information, visit our website www.mtotonews.com and follow us on social media pages at Mtoto News. Thank you for watching our first edition this 2019. We do hope that you stick with us. Until next week, I am Anne Wamboi.